But boy, wouldn't it be terrible to be the gun store owner, or in fact the manufacturer of the firearm, or the distributor, or the wholesaler, and you're all sitting in court one day because somebody bought a shotgun and caught off the barrel of that shotgun and then used it in a terrible tragedy, and you were the ones with the deep pockets. So they're coming for you now because, well, you should have known that somebody can convert your shotgun into a sawed-off shotgun very easily. I mean, makes sense to me. And I don't get there by accident. I'm going to tell you how I got there. You know how I got there? I got there because I was watching the House Democrat leadership being interviewed where they said that simply selling a firearm at an inexpensive price would be enough to not put in a reasonable control. That it would make it so it's easier to be used in a crime. They apparently don't believe that people that are poor should have the right to self-defense or to own or possess a firearm that they swore their constitutional oath to. So I'm not crazy for coming up with this idea that something that is completely obvious and reasonably foreseeable is reasonably foreseeable. It makes perfect sense. And when you start to stretch the idea that somehow because a firearm manufacturer is trying to get sales and offers an inexpensive firearm that might be accessible to an impoverished community, that somehow they're up to trying to put guns in the hands of criminals and could be prosecuted for it. They actually suggested that. Now, granted, that didn't happen on the floor of the House, but nonetheless, it happened. And what happens in this chamber and the niceties that we're engaged in and the very respectful debate that the good senator and I are having, and his opinions and impressions about what the language means and how reasonable cause to believe, that's all great, and I believe him, and I'm sure he's sincere. But at the end of the day, that's not what's going to happen in the real world. What's going to happen in the real world is that people that are up to no good, who have a desire to terminate the firearms industry because of their own ideological belief system, are going to use this as a tool to do so.